Hey, what's up everyone? I hope you're doing awesome. So today I'm going to start off with the notebook that I made. Here it is. It's pretty thick, pretty heavy, full of information that I took throughout my entire facility management career. Most recently, one of the first startups I was at, and I just kind of want to start going through what I believe made that a success. So there are quite literally over 250 items in here. I might not share all of them because there might be, some of them might be kind of anecdotal, but I'm definitely gonna hit the key ones for you so that if you're just starting out on this journey or perhaps taking a new job, hopefully this can help you and your keys to success in that organization. I thought it was pretty funny. One of the first things I wrote down in this binder was that the keys to a happy life in facility management are outsourcing tasks to others who can do things just as well as you can in order to free up your time so that you can focus on more important tasks. I thought that was pretty funny. But to get right into it, the first thing I wrote down, the very first number one, when starting at a new company and the key to your success at that organization is going to be assimilation, making sure that you blend in with that team, with that company, with those groups, with the different teams within that organization, and that you become part of it. Assimilation to me means, it's so easy when you take a new job to walk in and kind of ignore the momentum of what's going well with that. And as a facility manager, right, you walk in and you're like, oh, I can fix that, I can take care of that, that's broken, the last person who did this is terrible. But your first couple weeks on the job, you're obviously gonna tackle a lot of the low-hanging fruit, but I would also caution you to just hang back and observe, right? And part of assimilation is listening a lot more than you're talking and asking a lot of open-ended questions to your team, and listening to these people, letting them voice out their concerns. So one thing that I did was to walk around with a notebook and go to each one of the key department leaders and simply ask them what was going well, what did they want to see more of, and then ask them what was not going well and what do they need to see less of, or what is something that I can work on to help get their department to earn back our trust, to earn back the FM's trust, or just improve the organization overall. Setting the tone early, right? And making sure people know that I wasn't coming in there to revolutionize the world or change the systems on day one, and that I was more interested in what's in it for them rather than what's in it for me. So again, that notebook, going around to different departments, kind of the fact-finding mission, collecting data, and then just really listening to the different departments was a really big thing, because people knew that I was there to help them. So I would say your first week is really going to be a fact-finding mission where you go from department to department, manager to manager, employee to employee, as often as you can, kind of the management by walking around and just getting to know the lay of the land. And by going to these different departments, you're going to find out what is the most important, or what are the most important things in each one of their departments, these little micro issues that kind of fester and turn into these bigger ones. And if you look at the definition of assimilate, it's to take in and understand fully, right? And that is to take in the situation at hand and understand fully what's going on, the culture, the policies, procedures, why they do certain things. And I think one of the keys to your success is going to be assimilating into your department, the culture, the little micro cultures that exist, the different personalities. And I would say that the very best thing you can do your first couple of weeks is ask a lot of really genuine, open-ended questions. Bring a notebook with you, go from department to department, from manager to manager, whether it's high level, low level. It's just integrating with all aspects of the company. And there's no one that's more important than another in finding out this, because you'll realize sometimes that the receptionist or the administrative assistant who works directly with the CEO has just as much pull, if not more, than a manager of a department, because they always have that CEO's ear. So it's really interesting to learn all the dynamics of the company, and making sure that, again, you ask these questions that come from, a genuine place, that say, I want to understand, not to be understood. And when you carry a notebook with you, it sets the tone by saying, I'm listening, but I'm hearing you. I can use this either for reflection to find out about this, or to set up actionable items that I'm not going to forget. There's the old saying that a dull pencil is sharper than the best memory, and no better way to record that and show people and give them a visual example that you're truly hearing what they're saying. Going from different department or people, whether it's holding little micro sessions and just groups and trying to find out about people, these little fact-finding missions are really great. If you set up little meetings with anybody at the company, right? Word gets around that, hey, we just hired person X, and he or she is really a wonderful person. They listened to me. They made me feel very good. You'll find that logic and reason, while applicable in the business world, compare nothing against people's emotions. So how you make people feel is really going to be your key to success within the first couple days or first couple weeks. So making sure you come off warm, welcoming, and as somebody that's going to be a part of their team is really critical to your success. I think that assimilating into it, there's books written about just the assimilation process, right? There's pages written about how to assimilate as a new manager. So this really is a critical factor into your success in taking a new role, maybe being promoted into an additional role, or an entirely new company. A lot of times the word assimilate gets associated with different countries. How do people from foreign countries assimilate to others? Additional language. One of the things that they do is immersion, right? They just throw themselves into it and they start asking questions. They start trying to speak the language, and the same is true for you. And one of the critical aspects is asking those questions for a couple of reasons. One, you don't know how things have been going in the past, so you genuinely need to know. Two, appearing vulnerable, right? So many people are embarrassed or afraid or shy to ask questions because they're worried how it's going to make them look. But that also shows that you're just as vulnerable, and being vulnerable really shows that you're a human being, and it gives people something to relate to because they were new at some point once in that company, and they had the same questions, and they are so happy to guide you through all of these things that they went through in the past. So this instantly builds this bond with them and this rapport because they're going through the same thing you went through, and they feel so happy to help you through these different things and show you the ropes and show you around. So instantly you're in the process of building that alliance, which I think is really great. Again, the keys to assimilation are pretty simple. Don't come in hot off the gun trying to change everything all at once. Ask a lot of really great questions, observe a lot, be vulnerable, take notes, and make sure you're coming from a genuine place, and people will see that, and people will like that, people will relate to that, and that's exactly what your goal is, to relate to everybody, the different departments, and then of course be that catalyst for change and show them how excited you are to be there. And I know that's going to be a huge ticket to your success, and I can't wait to share some more tips. So I know that's simple, assimilation, but it's also critical to your success. Please like, subscribe, and I can't wait to see you soon.